Hey guys, what's going on? Hope everybody out there is doing well. My name is John Day, and I am excited you are joining me here today for this exclusive training where I'm going to be showing you how to launch and grow an online course or coaching business to 6 and even 7 figures. All right, guys, and how to do that without having an existing audience, virtually no audience, no big JV partners, or any hard selling. All right, guys. I run a digital marketing agency called Activate Ethos, and we primarily work with course creators and coaches, helping them launch or grow their online business to 6 and 7 figures, guys. All right. I will be your host today, guys. I'm super excited that you're here, and let's jump into this, guys. I'm super excited because these are the exact methods, all right, that I've learned from my mentors and that have been used by countless others to actually generate millions of dollars in online revenue. All right, guys. Some of you guys might be familiar with a few of the people here: Russell Brunston, Dan Henry, ClickFunnels winners, guys. It's awesome. It's amazing. All right, guys. Real quick though, before we jump too far into this, guys, I got to issue a real quick warning. All right, guys. I guys want to be completely transparent on this training. So let's clear this up real quick, guys, and then we can jump into the good stuff. Okay. This is not a get rich quick scheme. All right, guys, this training, this webinar, this web class, whatever you want to call it, is not going to make you a millionaire after you watch it. All right, guys. So if you're thinking that, this is somehow going to, translate into what you're going to get today, this might not be for you guys. All right. It might seem funny, but you might be surprised how many people out there are, honestly actually thinking that. But ultimately, if you do actually apply, what I'm showing you here today, you can have results, guys. But you got to understand results require work. All right, guys. And I want to make that crystal clear. I'm not trying to make this seem like this is something that's going to be super easy to where it's just completely nothing and your life's going to be great and you're going to be having 6 figures, 7 figures in a month or whatever, or, however you might think about it. Results require work, guys. You got to put in the work. You got to actually want it, and you got to actually want to serve and help people. All right, guys. And if you're willing to do that, though, you can actually have amazing results. All right, guys. And I just want to show you this, guys, to let you guys know that, I'm not just making this stuff up. I actually do work with people all the time, and I've helped and been able to help a lot of people, have amazing results, guys. So it is actually possible if you're actually able and willing to put in the work. All right, guys. So let's talk about real quick, because I want to make sure that I'm not talking to anybody who doesn't really belong in this training or this might not apply to. Let's jump into real quick who this training is actually going to benefit the most. All right, guys. So first and foremost, infopreneurs, people that are starting from scratch, that are looking to skip the shiny object syndrome and start making money with their online offer fast. All right, guys, this is exactly what this training is going to show you how to do. So I hope you're excited. All right. Anybody that actually considers themselves an expert who would like to monetize their knowledge. All right. This is going to be perfect for you. Coaches and consultants, especially, who want to make more money and create more impact with their business. All right. This is going to be super, super valuable for you guys. So I hope you're paying attention and make sure you actually take notes. All right. Anyone who's currently selling info online is going to get a lot of benefit out of this training, no matter what it is that you're doing, even potentially affiliate marketers. And ultimately, guys, anybody with a skill set that they want to turn into a profitable online business. If you have a unique skill set, something, a methodology, and you want to be able to make a comfortable living from home, showing people what you do, this is exactly for you, guys. This training is going to be awesome. All right. So real quick, guys, my goal today is actually twofold. I want to show you the only marketing tool that you're going to need to launch or grow an online course or coaching business to 6 and 7 figures, guys. All right. That is my ultimate goal with this training here today, guys. So you guys know what we're going to be doing, what I'm talking about, guys. And my second part of that goal is to actually show you guys how you can start generating cash flow ASAP, really quickly, guys, despite having no audience, like I talked about, no partners, and without any hard selling. All right, guys, because I want you guys to be able to monetize your knowledge and be able to start making money as quickly as possible and helping and serving people fast. All right, guys, so that's going to be the point of this. So I hope you guys are super pumped up and ready to check this out. All right, guys, real quick, though, who am I? Who is this guy, John Day? All right, guys, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, guys. I don't want this to be another thing where I'm sitting here talking about myself forever, but real quick, I was a professional welder for 8 years. Okay. Didn't really want to do that. Beat up my body. I'm not anybody special, guys. I'm a normal guy just trying to make a living online. Never actually went to college. I have started several businesses, 2 in particular that failed horribly. Okay. So I have definitely paved my way to success with failure. Okay, guys, I know what I'm doing here. I don't have any awards yet. I'm not a super guru. I'm not a huge, big, super famous guy or any of that stuff yet. Maybe one day we'll see. But right now, that's not me. All right, guys. I am a member of Frank Orbain's Inner Circle program, which gives me access to an amazing amount of wealth and knowledge. And ultimately, guys, I am the founder of Activate Ethos, like I said. But anyways, real quick, let's get past that, guys. Again, not to put me up on a pedestal, guys, but this is just some of the amazing things that I've been able to do because of the things that I have figured out in my agency and the stuff that I've been able to learn, guys. I've been able to have the amazing, fortunate opportunities to meet up with some amazing minds like these guys here. Franco remains my mentor on the left, and a few of these other guys you might know. Really awesome, amazing guys, all 6 and 7 figure earnings. Okay, guys. And it's been an amazing journey, but I want you guys to understand you guys can literally do the exact same thing. That's the point of this. That's my mission with everything I want to do, guys, is to get you guys doing this exact same thing. All right, guys. Point being, it wasn't always that way. All right, guys, just like you, just like anybody else, I started from the bottom, below the bottom. All right, guys. And this is me. This is exactly me when I first started making money with my agency. Okay, guys. It was amazing. It was awesome. And just so you guys know, like I said, that's all I really wanted to do. I just wanted to be able to provide an income and a living for my family from home and do that in a way that, I could just help people and inspire people. Okay, guys. So when I started my digital marketing agency, this is exactly what I wanted to do. And when I first started being able to help clients, I was so happy. And I'm sure some of you guys might be in that position with your coaching program or courses. I know you guys are probably wondering, well, how does this tie in? All right, guys, I'm going to show you real quick in just a second. All right, guys. But despite that, shortly after, this is where I ended up. And I'm sure pretty much everybody can resonate with this. This is actual real footage of me. No, I'm just joking, guys. No, seriously though. But I moved to Phoenix, Arizona, guys. So I'm out here in the desert and, literally this is what it felt like. Okay, guys. I was, doing it all myself. I was a very DIY guy and, I kind of just wanted to go it alone. Everything I had done and built was, primarily on my own shoulders and my own strengths, but that only took me so far and realistically ended up getting me very lost in a wilderness. And I wasn't able to really create the life that I wanted to. And I just ultimately wasn't fulfilled. It just wasn't what I wanted. All right, guys. But luckily for me, all right, and this might be the case with you. Hopefully you guys are investing in your success. But luckily for me, I found a badass mentor and coach. All right, guys. Not that one there. This is actual footage. This is Frank Orbanes. All right, guys. And he pretty much opened up everything for me, guys. He showed me what I had been missing and he opened up a world that then I became hooked to. All right, guys. He was able to just fill in all those puzzle pieces and make them make sense. And ultimately, guys, that's exactly what I want to show you guys here today is what he enlightened me to here. All right, guys, because that's pretty much exactly how I felt. All right, guys, this was me, this was me before this was me right here. All right, guys, I was lost and alone. And then ultimately through expert help, I was able to be transformed. All right, guys. It seemed like magic. It was friggin' crazy. All right, guys. And I don't know you guys out there. I'm a Doctor Strange fan, so I loved this analogy of it. This is exactly how I felt. And, ultimately this kind of is what my journey felt like. So anyways, guys, the point of that is that that's exactly what I want to show with you guys here today. So that way you guys can actually have your same light bulb moment the exact same way that I did, or at bare minimum, still just be equipped with the information that I didn't have starting out, which in my opinion, I think that would have drastically changed the way that I would have gone about doing things. All right, guys. So this one shift that I made, all right, guys, ultimately what I'm going to be teaching you here today, guys, is what made the change for everything. That's why it's so vitally important. That's why I just wanted to take a few seconds to explain that real quick, guys. So, all right, guys, let's jump into what we're actually going to cover real quick today, guys, and then we're going to dive into this. All right, guys. So secret number 1. All right, guys, I'm going to show you guys the only marketing tool you're ever going to need to grow a wildly profitable online course or coaching business, even if you don't have a huge following, any JV partnerships, and you hate hard selling, guys. All right, I'm going to show you the way. All right, I'm going to show you the proverbial magic bullet, whatever you want to, call it. All right, guys. Secret number 2, I'm going to be showing you guys how to craft an offer that your audience can't refuse. All right, once I show you the tool that you're going to use to have ultimate success, guys, you got to have a great offer. And so I'm going to show you how to craft out an offer that your audience can't refuse. And we're going to do that using what I call the 3 O's to offer creation system that I designed to help you guys get the audience to write your copy for you, craft your offer for you, and ultimately make your competition irrelevant. All right, guys, it's super awesome, amazing stuff that I've been able to learn through helping a lot of people. All right, guys. So I hope you guys are pumped. Who's pumped up about this? Let me know. All right, guys. And secret number 3, I'm going to be showing you guys the cash for courses method, a methodology that I am developing that actually allows you to generate income quickly with your online course or coaching program while you build it, whether you're just starting out or whether you're actually ready to start scaling and crushing 6 and 7 figures. All right, guys, this is going to be right up your alley if that's where you're at right now. Okay, guys. So I am super pumped. Let's jump into it. But before we do, guys, I just love throwing this in here, guys. I'm a huge fan of the martial arts, and I think it applies specifically to marketing and business in general. So, especially when it comes to potentially taking on new ideas, this is always something that I like to just start off with, guys. Bruce Lee, he's the master. All right, guys. And you got to just be able to empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. All right. Put water into the cup, becomes the cup. I'm sure some of you guys might have seen this before, heard of this before, but the general gist of it is, guys, is that, you have to be water. Be water, my friends, all right? And allow yourselves to absorb this information and allow yourselves to potentially just take in, new concepts that are going to help you succeed, all right, guys? So let's do this. Water can flow and it can crash, and these are going to be some crashing ideas, hopefully, into your mind, guys. And you're going to definitely walk away with some gold nuggets and potentially walk away with a completely different view on how to actually grow and make money online. All right, guys. So real quick, let's go over what it is that, might be considered the old process. All right, guys. This is what the old process used to be for course creation and, coaches, primarily online. All right. You'd have an idea for a course or a coaching program. So that's awesome. And, you have experience in a particular field, and that you can help somebody with something. So you're like, okay, I want to monetize this. So you move on to building out a list that you can sell it to. That makes sense, or at least it used to. And then you would actually spend time, whether that's months or years. I mean, maybe some of you guys are super awesome and you were able to put it together in, a couple of weeks, but ultimately then you're going to spend, X amount of time building out that content. Okay. And then eventually, after a lot of time spent in list building and potentially shiny object syndrome and all kinds of really crazy navigating points in between there, you eventually launch your offer and you hope that you got it right. Okay. Oh, that's pretty much what it is. And there wasn't really much to it. All right, guys. And ultimately, the problem with this is that, most course creators and coaches struggle to make money. Unfortunately, that's one of the big main problems with it. And people that I talk to is that people are just struggling to make money online. Okay. And if you have expert knowledge, that shouldn't be the case. All right. Because ultimately there's way too many variables in that process to account for, which, like I said, is ultimately going to lead you to shiny object syndrome. There's so much out there in marketing. There's so many ways to skin the cat, so to speak, that this is almost a certainty without help. This is almost certainty if you don't know exactly what it is that you're doing, or if you're just simply trying to follow the old process and method that was out there, which, like I said, plenty of people have had success with. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that it's outdated, and I think there can be a better way. All right, guys, because like I said, the old way requires a massive amount of time and energy put into something that, ultimately you have no way of testing your methodology on. You're not really getting a lot of feedback in the traditional way of creating lead magnets, building lists, so you can have a warm audience to sell to, but you're not testing your methodology at the same time. And that's a problem because you're not sure if anyone even actually wants specifically what you have. Even if you are an expert, even if you know that this is, something that can benefit people, they got to have a desire for it. Okay. And that can come into messaging and things like that. But like I said, you're not able to even see if maybe you are on point, but what are some of the holes and the gaps, like I said, in your methodology? What are some of the points maybe that somebody's going to struggle with that you possibly overlooked? Okay, what if you made a mistake and you need to course correct mid-launch? What if you realize this and you're like, oh snap, I need to put this in here. I need to make this correction. How is it that you're going to do that? You've already, created this entire product and spent all this time in it. Now you have to go back because you had a failed launch, or it's just, a misalignment of messaging, incongruency with your ideal customer. And now you got to go back and now you got to fix stuff and then you got to do the process all over again. Okay. And that makes it ridiculously difficult to dial in your message. Okay. Because you're constantly spending time. And while you're doing that, depending on how long you spend, because some people, get discouraged and then they'll wait months or years, in that amount of time, the market or the desire could actually change. So there's so many variables that go into that. It makes it really hard to dial in your message, guys. All right. And that's the main reason why I'm giving this training and why I just wanted to condense a lot of what I've come together and learned and just show you guys that there is a better way. Okay, guys, because if you've ever felt like this when it comes to, online marketing, building your course and course creation, this is probably why. It's because you're using this old method. All right. And it's trying to hit a target through a brick wall, or it's one of my favorite depictions is this one here on the right of just totally and utterly being lost. This picture here on the right just is the epitome of I have no idea what's going on with my life or what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyways, and I'm doing it to full force, which is commendable. But guys, it's sad because you guys aren't able to monetize and make the money that you want to make, which ultimately, like I said, it leads to shiny object syndrome. It leads to imposter syndrome. And then, you don't want to do it anymore because you can't actually be successful. All right. And that's the truth. That's why the methodology that I want to share with you guys is going to be better, not only for your students, but for you too, psychologically. All right, guys. So let's jump into this, guys. Secret number one. Let's talk about the only marketing tools you're actually going to need, all right, to ever grow a wildly profitable online course or coaching business, all right, even if you don't have the huge following, partnerships, and you hate hard selling, all right? So what is it? It's webinars, guys. It's webinars. Any of you guys that have followed my content, you're probably familiar with the fact that, yes, I am all about webinars, guys, webinars. This is the only marketing tool that you're going to need, all right, guys? I know there is a lot of mixed opinion out there, but this is where it's at, guys, and I'm going to show you exactly why. All right, guys. Are any of you guys, real quick, are you guys familiar with any of these three guys right here? You probably should be, unless you're living underneath a rock, okay? Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and Russell Brunson, three super mega influencers. All right, guys. And, if you haven't heard of them or not, you need to go check them out. They're not only making a ridiculous amount of money, but they are all pioneers in their own space, in their own respect. So that's why I wanted to use these guys, because they actually did me a favor, and they just did something recently that, just works perfectly with exactly what I'm trying to show you here, guys. Okay. So I'm not sure if you heard about it, guys, but these guys recently broke the internet. All right. And they did it again. Okay. This isn't even the first time they've done it. They did it again. All right. And this is important and crucial. You guys can look it up. Their I think it's the KBB, their program, but they did it with a webinar, guys. That's what's important here. You can call it a masterclass. You can call it whatever you want to. Ultimately, they used a webinar and they broke the freaking internet. Okay, guys. They did a ridiculous amount of revenue. I don't know what the actual dollar amount is for what they did right off the bat, but it was ridiculous. It was hundreds of millions, I think. Maybe not hundreds of millions. I'm not sure, but look it up. You guys can look up the actual number. And I'm telling you guys, like I said, this was a historic thing. Okay, and the choice of using a webinar is not a coincidence. That's my point here, guys. All right. Real quick again, how many of you guys have ever seen or read this book? Okay. You Suddenly Lose Everything, 30days.com. This is a book, again, written by Russell Brunson. You guys might figure it out here that I'm a fan. My mentor was actually trained directly by Russell Brunson, so I'm a little bit biased. But all right, how many of you guys have actually seen or read this book? Okay. This is a super awesome book. If you haven't, you need to check it out. Okay, guys, because this is basically detailing what 30 of the, top people in their industry, in online marketing, in their game, all high figure earners, what they would do if they had nothing more than an internet connection in 30 days, no money and nothing but their expertise. What would they do to actually, resurrect themselves, their bank account, their business, and provide for their family? How would they actually go about doing that? It's a fascinating read. And it's literally like a step-by-step breakdown of how every single one of these people would actually do that. So the point is that after reading this, you'll come to find out that almost a third of the people in this book choose to use a webinar to rebuild from nothing. All right, guys, absolutely nothing. And this is super crucially important, guys. I mean, does that make sense? Is this hitting home to any of you guys? Is that resonating? You starting to get the picture here, guys? Okay. There's a reason why all these people still continuously use a webinar. All right, guys. That's exactly what I'm going to show you here. It's because they work, guys. They work, and you don't have to be super techie. You don't have to be, anything crazy. It's ridiculous. It's insane how well they still work, despite people saying, oh, oversaturated market, or people have seen or heard of webinars for, quite a while. And, recently I just had somebody use this analogy, and I want you guys to do the exact same thing. Go outside after you finish this training, of course. After you finish your training, go outside, go to your local superstore, Walmart, mall, whatever it is, walk around and ask and start talking to people and see how many people are familiar with a webinar, what a webinar is, or an online masterclass. Okay, you're not going to run into a ridiculous amount of people, because the truth is that they're not like oversaturated. All right, guys, it's not a phenomenon that has taken over. Yes, they've been wildly successful, and yes, there's a lot of misinformation out there about webinars, and there's a lot of people that did crappy webinars. But the point is that in general, the framework works. And this is great news for you guys. All right. This is like ridiculously good news. Okay. I'm going to show you exactly why. Because the biggest mistake I see when dealing with people when it comes to being a webinar expert, because that's what my agency specifically specializes in. I have dedicated a ridiculous amount of time to that. Like I said, my mentor is a webinar specialist. He trained under the webinar expert, Russell Brunson himself. So that's my thing. But anyways, the biggest mistake I see, guys, is people go at digital marketing like this. All right. They hesitate, and then they look at digital marketing like it's a friggin' ridiculous Swiss Army knife, okay? And the truth is there are that many options out there. That's what will lead to shiny object syndrome. But the point is they panic, and this is what you can't do, all right? Now, and some of you guys might be like, oh, I don't panic, John. I didn't panic. I know there's a lot out there. But in one way or another, you ultimately panic, even if that's panic through hesitation, okay? Because that's another one of the main things I see from people is just ultimately they don't start because they don't know where to start because this is what they're looking at, all right, guys? The truth is that's why you would be better off mastering one single webinar. All right, guys, it has the power to deliver results. All right, webinars have a track record. All right, everybody wants to chase new marketing tactics, and you just need to use what works, guys. They're simple and they work for a reason because they have a powerful framework that allows you to do something that you can't do with other types of marketing. All right, guys, you're able to actually, take them on a journey and create the emotional state that's actually needed for people to buy from you. All right, guys, and you're able to do it in a non-sleazy way because people are intrinsically aware of the value that comes from webinars and they're ready for the pitch. Most of the time, the people that are giving the pitch are more nervous about the people that are receiving the pitch. Most often, if you've done your job right and you've simply followed the framework of the people that are out there that have had ridiculous amounts of success with webinars, you'll realize you follow the framework, guys, and then people want a solution if you've done your job right because you're just simply offering them a solution to the problem that you've outlined and shown that you know so much about. All right, guys, that's why webinars have the power to deliver these results, and that's why you'd be so much better off not worrying about, lead magnets and this and that and the other and all of these techniques out there. Like, I'm not saying they don't work, guys. Bots work. There's all kinds of stuff that works. Email marketing works. All of these things work. And there's no reason why you can't implement them once you're established. But if you're still trying to become established, if you're still just struggling to get from 6 to 7 figures, then maybe you have too much automation. Maybe you have too much going on and you need to simplify so you can scale. All right, guys, here's why. All right. Webinars are ridiculously, amazingly great for selling high ticket offers. Okay. And this is going to make your life and your job and everybody's life a lot easier. All right, guys. Like I said, they help you build trust and authority quickly. When would traditionally take several, touch points or a lot more time, you can actually accomplish in one webinar or even a fun size webinar, what I call, a mini webinar, a fun size webinar. Okay, guys, there's no hard and fast rule to this. The point is they work. You don't need to be tech savvy. Okay, guys, I threw this together very quickly. All right, guys, they don't have to be super tech savvy. They don't have to be super fancy. As a matter of fact, some of the simplest, boring looking webinars on the planet have sold the most. All right, guys, so you don't have to be tech savvy at all. You're able to learn directly from your audience, especially if you're doing live webinars, because you can actually get direct feedback in a live event type situation is going to be insanely priceless, valuable to you, and then making corrections and pivots in your offer, in what it is that you're doing, and being able to help people more. Okay, they help you fine tune that offer in just a way that you can't do from other sources of data that you're going to get. All right, and like I said, they work not only in long format, but they work in short format as well, guys. There's a framework to this. There's a methodology to it, and once you master that, you can apply that to many different situations, whether that's a live in-person presentation or whether or not that's what you might call a short VSL. It's still a webinar. It's still ultimately the same thing. You're doing the same thing. Okay, guys, you're breaking down false belief patterns and you're reinstituting new truths that people can believe into that are going to empower them, and then ultimately offering them a way to, act on the new things that they've learned. Okay, guys, that's the same thing a VSL is doing. All right. And then in the end, they're easy to automate. When you are ready to scale, when you are ready to put it on autopilot and then just pump ads to it, it's stupidly simple. Sorry to use the term, but it is, guys. It's very simple. All right, guys. That is why a webinar is all you need. All right, guys. Now, most people think this is what I get all the time. Okay. This is what I generally hear all the time. I'm not ready to do a webinar. I'll do one once I'm established. Okay. This is actually me, okay? This is me transporting to the Starship Enterprise, and I become Picard for a few seconds, and, okay, this is me. Now, Look, guys, I'm not trying to beat you down here. Look, I know there is so much information out there online, so much information. It's ridiculously hard. I did the same thing. Okay. You have to go through a lot out there to really find the patterns and the congruencies to really sift out the good stuff. And there's a lot of misinformation out there. And just like I said before, there's a lot of people out there, just like any other industry. I don't know why people want to try to give so much of a bad rep to webinars or think that they're this monstrosity thing that's reserved only for the super gurus. That's just because of, people doing effective marketing, when the reality is that they work for everybody, guys. They work for everybody, and they can work on the front end of your value ladder. They're, bringing people into your world, or ultimately just, blasting, branding, and, growing your audience ridiculously. They work all over the place. All right, guys. Now, this is just what I deal with a lot, and it's sad because that's what I'm trying to do. I want to change the stigmata, and I want to show people what is actually possible with webinars out there and how they're just not utilizing them correctly. All right, guys. So how many of you guys out there have ever, seen something like this when it comes, or think of something like this when it comes to webinar? Like, you think of some monstrosity, you think of like massive automation, and it's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. It seems big. It seems like a lot. It seems like more than you want to be able to handle for yourself. All right, guys. Well, that's what I'm telling you guys. That's a myth. Okay. Webinars are actually very, very simple. They don't have to be super complicated. You don't need a ridiculous amount of automations and follow-up sequences and all these different things. Like, yes, they do increase and they do help. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of people out there that might be like, oh my God, John, you're crazy. It's never going to work without that. No, it will. All right, guys. And I'm not the only one doing this or saying this. All right, guys. It's almost like it's what they don't want you to know. Okay. Because it's really not necessary, especially when you're starting out and it's just going to overload you. So it's a myth, guys. Get that out of your head. All right. Any of you guys that might be possibly contemplating the fact that it needs to be ready. Any of you guys out there get, paralysis, just perfectionism. You're just worried about it being right. You're worried about it just being this piece of content that just needs to be perfect. Okay, guys. Again, myth. It's not true, guys. It doesn't need to be perfect. Actually, the reality is you're better off launching imperfectly. Imperfect launching is so much more effective for your business and for your personal growth in all ways, shape, or form. All right, guys. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be close to perfect, guys. You would be amazed at how many people are able to bring in even, low 5 and 6 figures with completely thrown together webinars. All right, guys. It's simply about getting your message and your point across and how you can help people. And if you have something that can actually help solve problems, guys, it doesn't need to be perfect because people don't care. All right. And ultimately, some of you might just be like, all right, well, look, John, it just still seems like a lot of work. It just still seems like, the slides, all this, it's not something that, I don't think I can do, whatever, this, that, and the other. Well, again, it's a myth. All right, guys. It's not going to take you a ridiculous amount of time. And actually, I'm even going to be doing something really cool at the end of this presentation, if you stick with me to the end, where I'm going to be showing you and giving you a way to actually expedite that speed. But I need to break the myth, guys, because it's not an amazing amount of time, guys. When you compare that to the amount of return on investment that you're going to get, when you compare that, when you weigh it against how much time you're going to put in doing other things or spinning your wheels, basically, you actually quantify the amount of months, weeks, years, whatever that you've spent trying to quote unquote figure it out or test this system. Okay, guys, like when you compare that to the week or a couple of weeks that you might put into a webinar, or even a couple of months, it is nothing. It is nothing compared to the amount of return that you're going to get, guys. See, we got to stop with this myth that it's just like, oh, it's too much. All right, guys, you can break it down and it can be done. All right. It's no harder than any of the millions of other things that I know you've been able to accomplish as an entrepreneur and as a business person. Okay, guys, this literally is just simplifying your problems and your issues. All right, guys. And you guys know who this is? Dan Henry. You guys familiar with any of these people? Any of these people at all? This is exactly what I was talking to you guys. Some of you guys might know Blake Newbar. He's doing amazing right now. He's blowing up. Joe Irway is doing crazy, awesome things with mini webinars. Dan Henry, again, sold out courses. Caitlin Pyle, and then Rob here, Kroosberg. Guys, look, the common denominator here is, this is what I'm saying. This is not just me. Every single one of these people, and I could literally fill up this screen with more people, but I wanted to pick some of the top just heavy hitters, guys. Every single one of them is used and is using webinars in their business. And every single one of them basically started from nothing, okay, guys, and used a webinar to bring themselves to where you see them now in a very short amount of time, all right? That's what you guys are seeing from the outside in. You're not seeing what they did because some of you guys just, you haven't done the research. Maybe, you're focused on your business. You don't want to focus on these guys. But this is the reality, guys. And, this is what I need you guys to understand, okay? It's not me. It's not like some small group of people. This is ultimately something that's been used for a long time, will continue to be used for a long time in the corporate world, in the personal world, in all other ways, because they work, guys. They work amazingly well, and you don't have to be a genius. You don't need a lot of startup. You just need a message and a passion and a willingness to want to help people. All right, guys, and this could quickly and easily be you. None of these people started off where they're at. None of them started with, the plaque in their hand. Neither will you, all right, guys, but they took the time to understand the things that I'm teaching you here in this training, all right, guys. This is what I'm doing. I'm cutting your learning curve right now by taking you and showing you, like, look, I put in the time and research. This is the data come back, and it's the same resonating with these same people, all right, guys. Webinars are the fastest and easiest way to get stuff done, all right, guys. And so, therefore, that is why, in my opinion, and in the opinions of many, many other people, they're the only marketing tool that you're ever really going to need. Okay, guys? It's all you're really going to need. Everything else ultimately is going to be gravy. So, like I said, guys, the truth is most people waste precious time chasing marketing tactics with no real strategy. All right, guys? You don't want tactics. You want a strategy, something that's going to exist through the ages. It's going to keep working. Okay? Bots are tactics. You don't want tactics. All right, guys. One webinar could change your entire business. That's the reality, guys. You don't need tactics. You need a strategy. You need a marketing strategy. And with one webinar, you could do more revenue than you have done with all other combined sources of, media marketing put together. All right, guys. And I've seen it done time and time again, even with people that literally started from nothing, okay? They had an expert skill in something, and they were like, look, I want to monetize it. And they didn't get in their own way. They believed, they understood, they looked at the process, and then they just did it. They took the step-by-step actions. They did it, put it out there, and they made the money, guys. That's the truth, okay? Because webinars can do that for you. All right, guys? So I hope that is crystal clear now. All right, guys? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you guys, all right? I hope you guys can now possibly see webinars in a slightly different light, all right, guys, like I said, because there is so much misinformation or just, weird stigmatas out there when it comes to webinars or what they are, guys. I just wanted to crush that for you guys as quickly as possible because it's infinitely important to you guys moving forward with success, okay, guys? You got to understand what people are doing here because, again, when I'm talking about webinars and the framework, it can be applied to so many things. Once you understand this, it is applicable or applicable to everything in your business and in your life, the framework and how you go about presenting your message to people. Okay, guys? Super, super awesome. All right. So now that you got it, now that you know the webinars are awesome, now that you know that's really all you need, okay, you're good. What are we going to talk about next? We're talking about secret number 2, guys. All right, so let's get into how to actually craft that offer that your audience can't refuse using the 3 O's to offer creation system. All right, guys, how is it you're going to do it? How are you going to get the audience to write the copy for you and at the same time make your competition irrelevant? How is it that we accomplish all of that in, one big boom? All right, guys, I'm going to be showing you that right here now. All right, this is where most people go wrong, okay? Most people try to predict what the market wants, okay? They try to guess. They either are relying solely on their own knowledge or they just arrogantly, unfortunately, and again, this is me too. We all do this. We all, it stems from our passion of just being like, oh, I know I want to help people so much, but ultimately we're still just not listening. You got to not predict what the market wants. You got to know what the market wants. So you don't want to be this. You don't want to be the guru, okay, guys? So I have a suggestion. Instead of trying to read people's minds, which ultimately would be really hard, and I know it sounds kind of funny and crazy, but this is effectively what people are trying to do. Once they get into their head, okay, all right, I got to get the information from my audience. Well, then they struggle because it's just like, okay, well, how do I get it out of them? They're trying to lurk and read the minds of these people without actually engaging with them. And okay, my suggestion is stop trying to read minds and start asking questions. All right, guys, you got to start engaging with your ideal customers, with your ideal students, the people you want to help. You got to ask questions, all right? And it has never been easier to do that, all right, guys? Before we had the internet and all this marketing, privilege given to us, guys, people had to go out and, beat the street, be on their feet, man, and talk to people in person. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even have to see people face to face anymore, guys. You don't even have to hear their voice. You can talk to people. And ultimately, too, you can even just watch other people talk to people. But you got to start asking questions in your own mind, and then ultimately to the questions of the people that you want to help and serve. All right, guys? Because the truth is that you don't have to guess what they want. That's the real truth. All right, guys. You don't have to guess what they want. Your audience will actually tell you exactly what they want you to do if you do this one thing. Just one simple thing. Ask them what they want. That's it, guys. That's all you got to do. You got to ask, all right? And like I said, you got to get creative about how you're actually going to do that. But you got to get this information, all right? Because when you get the information from the horse's mouth, it's going to be so much more beneficial for you in the long run, all right, guys? Trust me. Trust me. I've done it the backwards way. It's not fun. It doesn't work no matter how hard you think or how much you think you can make it work, no matter how much you got it. There is like a 1%, percentile of people that I guess potentially do that and nail it. Because nothing's impossible, but I'm telling you, it's not going to go as smoothly as you think. All right, guys. So let me give you guys my framework that actually helps me to stay on target with this, guys. Let me, guys, introduce you to what I call the 3 O's to offer creation. All right. And I got to come up with a better name for that. We'll see. I don't know. Let me know if you guys like that. Okay. So this is going to be how you guys are going to stay on point with this. All right. Because is this making sense to you guys so far, as just when it comes to your offer and how it is that if you're not asking questions first, that it's going to be ridiculously difficult for you to be 100% sure and then ultimately dial in the message of what they're actually struggling with. I hope that makes sense, guys. All right. Moving forward, let's talk about this. Let's go into each one of these in depth because you're going to have ultimately 3 buckets. Your offer creation is going to break down to the obstacle, the outcome, the transformation. What is it that, where do they want to go? And then ultimately the offer. What are you going to offer them to help remove the obstacles and get them to the outcome? Okay, guys, it's really simple. And if you just stay focused on these 3 topics, I think that your offer creation, I know your offer creation is going to get much more simplified. All right, guys, and you're going to be able to create offers that are going to be irresistible. Okay, because nobody's going to be able to resist removing all the obstacles because you've done the due diligence, you've done your homework, and if you've done your homework, you know what outcome they want. All right, guys. Nobody's going to be able to resist this. This is how you're going to build an irresistible offer. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, the obstacle. What is actually stopping your ideal customer or your ideal student from achieving success? You need to think long and hard on this. All right, guys, you need to get intimate with this. What is stopping? Like, very simplistic with this. What are the actual roadblocks? Envision them as the roadblocks. What are going to be the things like, boom, they're going to hit that, and then they're going to hit this, and then they're going to hit that. Like, you should know because you should be helping somebody ultimately achieve something that you've already had success in. Okay, that's generally the way this goes. What are the struggles they're experiencing right now that you can relate to? All right, what have you been through specifically? Is there something in particular in the experiences and the struggles that you particularly relate to? All right, what is the biggest pain associated with the struggle that you've conquered? You should know because you were there, okay? You not only want to look for the pains that they're looking for, but then again, too, in your own experience, what was the pain that you experienced? And then how did you conquer it? Go back to that pain. That pain is going to give you insight into why that in particular is giving them trouble. Maybe it'll just, re-jog your memory. Or maybe if, you're still just trying to figure this out for the first time, then this is what's going to put that together. If you could answer that about, their biggest pain points, that's going to give you insight into why it's giving them trouble. All right. And once you can figure that out, then you're ultimately able to move forward. Because the more that you can understand their current situation and their frustrations, the better your offer is going to be. Because you are going to know what they're dealing with, what's holding them back, and then ultimately, the next step of this is where they want to go. So you're going to be fully equipped. All right, guys. So at this point, I hope you guys are taking notes because this is literally gold, guys. This is stuff you can take and directly apply, guys. And I'm telling you, if you actually put this into action, if you go out there and do this, then you will have success. All right. And one of the many ways that you can actually do this with the obstacles, if you can't figure out what this is, or if this is just giving you trouble, If you don't already know it yet, you need to be online. You need to be in Facebook groups. You need to be where your ideal customer is. Where do they hang out online? You need to find that. Okay, guys, groups are an amazing resource for figuring out where people are getting hung up on, okay? Because that's why people come together and talk and discuss things, because people have similar things that they get hung up on. All right, guys, so it's a great resource. Even if you feel like you're not ready to start asking the questions yourself, you can get into these groups and you can learn and read, okay? And it'll give you the confidence to start asking your own questions. And not only that, but it is a wealth of information, all right, guys? But you've got to become intimate with the obstacles, all right? And that's step number one. Step number two is the outcome, all right, guys? What do they want to happen in the end? The people that you're going to help, what do they want to happen in the end? Not what do you think is cool, not what you think will make their lives better. What do they want in the end? What does success look like to them? Okay, what does success look like in the mind of your ideal customer, your student? Are they leaving money on the table? Can you encourage them to dream bigger? Okay, guys, these are the things you want to be thinking about. If you know and have done your job right, and ask the question, they'll tell you what they want. Nobody out there doesn't love to talk about what it is they want or where it is they want to go, okay? You then, as the expert, can use said information to make a judgment as to whether or not, they're possibly leaving money on the table, encouraging their dreams, and then insight into how you can get them there. Or maybe they're 100% on point, and then you just know, okay, well, that really is. They want to get to 100K. How can I get them there? Because once you have a crystal clear picture of victory lane in your mind from their perspective, then all you got to do is simply reverse engineer the steps that it would take to actually get there. Okay. And you can do this from the micro to the macro. This can be on a big scale, whether or not it's a huge campaign. It's going to take, somebody or something or a business to a ridiculous amount of money, or even in small bite size, like steps, like how to accomplish one small task. Okay. If you know what the ultimate end result is supposed to look like, okay, you can reverse engineer, you can walk backwards through the steps that you would actually take to get there. Because then the whole journey becomes much more clear in your mind, all right, especially if this is something that you've already conquered yourself. And I find a lot of times people just need to have this framed in their mind correctly, and then it becomes very easy for them to go, oh, okay, I understand. Now that makes more sense. I see how I can help them. I see why they want this outcome. Or maybe they're even just surprised. Oh, that's all they want? Oftentimes you might even be surprised that less than what you think is victory is actually victory to them. Now, I'm not saying that you want to over-deliver. You always want to over-deliver. But ultimately, that's great for you. If in the mind of your client or your prospect, simply getting to here is great, or simply getting to 5K is great, but in your head you can get them to 10, and that's what you're prepared and ready to do, well, then you're great. You're gravy. Okay, guys? Here's a few more questions that can help you with this. All right, guys. What are some of the major pitfalls going to be on that journey? What is it specifically? And again, working backwards. What things give you trouble? What things take longer than other things? You know what I'm saying? Is that making sense, guys? How is it that you would actually walk that walk? Okay. And then with that knowledge, what kind of method is actually going to work best to get results? Okay. What is the best method for getting past those pitfalls? Is it sidestepping them? Is it running and jumping over them? What is your methodology going to be? And this is also a good point to start actually asking yourself, what area are you actually particularly good at navigating? In the overall scheme of the problem, maybe the overall scheme is digital marketing. What area are you particularly good at navigating with to get to a certain problem? Maybe you're good with helping people with, lead magnets, or maybe you're good with helping people with mindset to get over this thing to be able to do a certain thing. Okay, guys? Maybe you're a transformational coach and you are just really good at getting people fired up. Okay. But maybe you're just not as good at being accountable or helping them be accountable. I know this might seem counterintuitive when realistically, if you're a transformational coach, I know that accountability is one of the biggest things that goes along with it. But the point of the exercise is to just really hone into the part of the process that you're really good at navigating at, okay? Because that's going to be where you're going to have the highest chance of, being ready to create your own methodology, all right? And that's going to lead us right into step number 3, the offer, guys. What can you actually offer them to solve their problems and get them closer to their goal? What can you do? What can you actually do, guys? All right. What's going to be your unique method for delivering results? What is your unique delivery method? This is very important, guys, because this is exactly how you're going to differentiate yourself. Okay. You don't need to be necessarily reinventing the wheel. Okay. But your unique methodology could even be the same as somebody else's out there. The things I'm talking about right here on this presentation, I am not the first one to come up with this. I will be the first to tell you right here. Okay, guys. But I have a unique delivery system and I have a unique style that I use to deliver this. Okay, guys. So what system can you create that produces success stories again and again? Okay. What problem are you solving? What can you do to actually produce results? And what system can you create that's going to be able to do that on autopilot? All right, guys, that's what you want in your offer, because this is not only going to help you, but it's also going to help your students, okay? Because the more structured the system is for success, the better chance they're going to have success. And then ultimately, easier it's going to be for you to scale and grow. So, like I said, your style is actually going to be your advantage over everybody else, because this is going to simultaneously attract those that are meant to work with you and repel those that wouldn't even be a good fit for you in the first place anyways, guys, okay? So this is going to be super important in developing your style, and how you can make your competition irrelevant is by simply being you, guys. You got to be you in your own style. People are going to buy into you ultimately. Yes, they need their problem solved, but they are buying you and your style, belief that you are the right person to help them get those results. Okay, guys? So this is where creating your own attractive character becomes really important. Your style, the way you talk, the type of people that you want to help, the things that you struggle with, this is all going to help you forge your style. And the more that you look at these three parts, obstacle, outcome, and offer in depth, this information is going to start becoming clearer and clearer to you as an expert coach or as a course creator, okay? You're going to see everything fitting into place, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, I see I could help people more here now, or that I resonate better with this type of person based on my style. And that's good, because I like this type of person more anyways. Maybe you don't like this person over here. Maybe, you don't like to work with people that, have scarcity mindsets, okay? Maybe that's good. Maybe they're not going to be the ones that are going to have the most amount of success with your program. Okay, so like I said, guys, this is how you're going to actually be able to make competition irrelevant, because the truth is there is no real competition, because nobody can be you. You are the only you, and people do want you. All right, even if the reality is there are so many people out there. The actual coaching industry, and especially, when it comes to mindset, life, and transformational coaching, is a ridiculously growing industry. It's not going anywhere. There are millions and millions and millions and millions of people that need help, that are willing to pay for help, that are willing to pay for systems and people to help them get results. All right, guys. So the point is, you don't have competition. You're just not differentiated enough. You're not ready yet to produce your style and stand alone. This is what's going to make you successful. All right, guys, I'm telling you. I want to share with you guys real quick. This is something my mentor taught me, and hopefully this will help to, just simplify a little bit what I was talking about right now, guys. Okay, this is called the money flowing river. And basically the concept here is, guys, is that, in your business, unless you're just starting out and you haven't even completely, utterly even started trying to sell yet, and you're still just trying to figure it out, which is totally okay. And this training exactly is going to be showing you, and is showing you, how you can go about doing those steps. But if you do have a business and you're struggling, okay, and you need income, and ultimately it's just not coming in, there's a reason for that. And here's a really simple analogy to help you understand why. Okay, guys, and I'm sorry for the graphic. God help me, I tried to find a better depiction of a dam online, but I could not find one. All right, guys, but ultimately there's a reason. We all have a money flowing river, okay? You don't need to create revenue. You don't need to create success. You don't need to create revenue. You don't need to create and manifest these things. Make a list, create money, it's not about creating, guys. There are people out there that are already spending money on what you're going to offer. There are people that are already out there, with the problem that you solve. Okay, it's about positioning yourself correctly in the river. All right, guys. And most people don't have any money coming to their bank account, don't have any money coming to themselves or to their business, because there's dams in that river. There are things that are blocking the money from flowing, whether that is a incongruency in their messaging, whether that's the offer not being correct, there are a horde of different things that it can be. The point is, your job as a entrepreneur or a coach or a course creator or a business owner in general is to identify what those dams are, which is what I just showed you is going to help you do. The obstacles. You need to identify what the obstacles are, okay? Same as what you're doing for other people. This is the same principle that you can apply to yourself in your own business. And then your ultimate job, guys, is to destroy these dams. Because as you destroy these dams, as you destroy the things that are making your message incongruent, as you start fixing and tweaking the things that are, maybe possibly repelling people, or it's just, it's not good enough, or it's not that, or somebody else is better. As you improve and as you tweak, as you remove these dams from your river, you're going to have the money flowing to you. Okay, guys. So it's not about creating a revenue stream. I hate when I hear that, because it's not about creating a revenue stream. You don't create a revenue stream. Okay, guys. You position yourself correctly in a stream that's already there. You're not going to create a river. All right, guys. You have to make the river come to you. You got to use what you can. All right, guys. And that comes with destroying these dams. Is that awesome, guys? When my mentor told me this and when he broke this down for me, I was just like, wow, Franco, you're so right, man. This is so much simpler. And personally, I think that, again, it's a reverse engineering approach that I think works a lot easier. It's like, okay, like I said, there's already people out there that are paying money right now today with somebody else to solve the same problem that you want to help them solve. They're probably even charging way more, and who knows, they might even have subpar services. I don't know. I'm not trying to, start crapping anybody, but I'm just saying, who knows if your offer couldn't be better. But if you're not going to remove the dams in either your messaging or your offer or your marketing, whatever it is, to why you can't get to people, why they can't know that, then you're going to have trouble with income. And if you're going to have trouble with revenue and income, ultimately, you don't have a business. The point of a business is to make money. So if you don't have money, you're not in business. Okay, guys? And this is going to affect your mindset, your health, your life, everything. And it's chaos. And you want to avoid that. All right, guys? Because the truth is that it's not magic. What you see other people out there doing and having success, it's not magic. It's not crazy nonsense. Okay. And not every single one of them has a horde of, teams and people at computers or virtual assistants or anything else like that, guys. Okay. Other experts in your industry have simply learned to master the art of living in the mind of their ICA. All right, guys. I've talked about this before. An ICA is your ideal customer avatar. Living in the mind of the ICA. What does that mean, guys? That means that you are intimate with them. You've read their diary, so to speak. Okay. You can read it back to them. You know what they're feeling. You know where they're at. You remember and you empathize. You can feel it yourself, what they are experiencing. And you understand the importance of why they want to move from this position of, pain, of discomfort. And once you understand that, then that, coupled with your expert knowledge that you have, the light bulb is going to go off and you're going to be inspired. And not only that, but you're going to know what to do to help people. Okay. And then you do it. And this is what your experts in your industry that are having success are doing. All right, guys, it's not magic. They're just, they have systems in place and they have done the due diligence to extract the information from the people that they want to serve. And this is what's so important, guys. All right. It's not crazy. It's not magic. I'm so tired of hearing people say, whatever. It's a matter of due diligence. How much do you want to help the people that you want to help? Okay. How much are you willing to understand and learn about them? This is crucial. This is key. It goes hand in hand with your success. All right, guys. Real quick, I want to wrap this up because I want to try and be respectful of your time, guys, and just, make sure this is super valuable. But also, like I said, I know that I want to be respectful of your time, and time is our most valuable asset. So let's jump into the meat, the super meat. All right, guys. Secret number 3, the cash for courses method that allows you to generate income quickly with your online course or coaching program, whether you're just starting out or you're finally ready to crush 6 and 7 figures. All right, guys, let's get into it. How is it that you're actually going to do that? How is it you can get paid to actually build your course? All right, guys, we talked earlier about the old method. Okay, we went over that real quick, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it here now. But ultimately, you're going to have an idea for a course or coaching program. You're going to spend time to build a list or some kind of, platform to market to. You're going to spend more time trying to build out content and, finalize your product. And then you're eventually going to launch. Hope you get it right and, hope for the best. And that's what we're done with. We're going to be showing you something new. So what is the new cash for courses method? And again, guys, let me know, man. I love feedback from you guys. I love you so much. Let me know what you think about the name. Let me know what you think about everything. All right, guys. But ultimately, the name isn't as important as what I'm going to be showing here, guys, because this right here is how you can have success like today, this weekend, moving forward. All right, guys, it's super exciting stuff. All right. And the process goes like this. You're going to use social media to gain insight, like I was talking before, and you're going to offer what I call offer activation posts. And you're going to use this to start creating buzz and engagement around what it is that you want to talk about. Like I said, you're going to leverage social media. Never a better time, okay? You don't need to have an existing platform, but I have yet to meet anybody that wants to potentially do this who isn't on a social platform of some kind, all right, guys? So you're going to leverage that. Like I said, back to finding out where is it that the people you want to serve, where do they hang out online? Where do they actually, are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Instagram? Where are they at online? They're on a platform online, and you got to find that. And then ultimately, you're going to leverage offer activation posts. All right, guys. This is going to allow you to start selling one-on-one or small group coaching at a beta price. Okay, guys. This is a way better method, especially for you guys out there, because I work with people all the time that have been doing whatever they were doing respectively, whether it's a realtor or whether it's a life coach or, somebody that is, helping athletes or helping entrepreneurs. Like, they've been doing what they've been doing for quite a long time. So the reality of being able to sit down in a one-on-one coaching session or a group coaching session, oftentimes something they've already been doing, just not asking for any money for, is a very, very simple and easy transition. All right. If you haven't been doing it before, it's very simple. Okay, guys. And people will pay money for it. And ultimately, you don't need a lot of preparation or work to get ready for these. Okay. Because you are the expert in what it is that you're teaching. So you can simply just show up to the meetings. Okay, guys. And if it bothers you, what you do is you offer low pricing, beta pricing, okay, and take on a small group or maybe just one-on-one sessions if you feel more comfortable like that. I will say that one-on-one will potentially take longer because you can gain more information about people and where they're at when they're in a group setting and they actually start interacting with each other. So this is super powerful for you guys, but either way works. All right, guys. And then ultimately, you have money in your pocket. So let's say, like I said, you offer $300 for a small group coaching session, and you're going to go ham on it. You guys want to give everything into this and make sure that these first 5 or 10 people have an amazing amount of success. Okay, guys, you want to do this. You're going to find out everything that you can. This is where you're going to, try to just solve their problems in record time, and you're going to put everything you can into it. All right, whether it's 3 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, this is supremely important, okay, guys, because what you're going to walk away with is going to be everything you need to build your final product, okay? Everything you need. And not only that, but you're going to have testimonials too. You're going to have people that you've actually used your methodologies on that are literally going to have already had success with you, and that then are going to be more than willing to give you a wonderful testimonial. So now, before you've even actually, quote unquote, air quotes, launched your actual product, you have testimonials for it. Because what you need testimonials for is not necessarily for the program, but for your methodology that speaks to you as an expert in your ability to get results. All right, guys. So let's say, like I said, 5 or 10 people at $300 or even $100 for a beta group coaching. Now you have anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 in your pocket. Okay, guys. And literally, I've seen people do this as simple as one post and simply asking, hey, would anybody be interested in X result if I could deliver it to you in X amount of time without the pain that's normally associated with it? Who'd be interested in that? Okay. There's a lot of ways you can go about doing that, whether you're utilizing your own personal profile or if you're just reaching out to people online. There's nothing that's stopping you from reaching out to people on Messenger. There's nothing that's stopping you from finding your ICA in groups, finding your ICA online, reaching out to them, telling them what it is that you're trying to do, utilizing your own personal profile, and offering group coaching to people that could use it. Okay, guys? And then once you do that, like I said, now you have coin in your pocket and you have everything you need to actually completely create your course. That's it. You're done. Like, you're not done, but I mean, that's everything you need from that feedback that you're going to get back. And you're going to have, 5 to 8 hours of video content to go along with it as well, guys. All right. And then ultimately from there, now that you have that, you just simply record a fun size or full, depending on, what it is you feel more comfortable with, the context of your subject or, your industry, who it is you're speaking to. I know a lot of people are, worried because people have short attention spans and they're like, I don't know, man, I don't know about long format webinars. Are they still working? Well, I can tell you, that they work, but even if that is, a potential concern of yours, even if you just don't necessarily want to make a full size webinar, what I'm calling fun size webinars, I'm dubbing this, mini webinars is the same framework. And Joe Earlway, like I said earlier, he is a perfect example of testament to being able to crush it with that. They work wonderfully. All right, guys. And you can sell high ticket offers with these things. And again, you don't need a lot of startup and you don't need a lot of anything. This is exactly how you guys can start making money immediately with your expert knowledge, monetizing it quickly, guys. And then ultimately creating something that then you can scale to the moon. Because then once you record your webinar, you can simply automate the sales to it, run ads to it. You can use organic if you want, but at that point you have something validated. And that is when you want to use the power of advertisement, of actually running paid ads. And like I pointed out, you now have $1,000 to $3,000 in your pocket that you could actually use to spend on ads for a product that you know is validated to an audience that you know wants it, with testimonials of it actually working. Does that make sense, guys? I mean, is that like not crazy, mind-blowing? I hope some of you guys are just like, oh my Lord. Because guys, this is the new way. This is how you can do exactly what I'm talking about. And the same thing that people used to traditionally take months, years, decades, whatever. I don't know how long they usually took to make them. But this is how you can do it so much easier, less risk, less stress to you and your students. Okay, guys? Because with this method, like I said, just real quick, I'm going to go over what I was talking about. You're going to put money in your pocket while you build your course so that you can actually validate your offer and your messaging, very crucial, very key, guys, before you officially launch. Okay, guys? Because this is super important. You have testimonials before you even finish your final product. And again, you have the ability to pivot and course correct on the fly because you haven't created this big thing and sunk all this time and energy into it that you're now hesitant to want to change anything, even though you have the feedback from the market, okay? When you haven't invested a ridiculous amount of time or energy up front, it's a lot easier on you psychologically to make the pivots necessary that then are going to be something that people want and desire, that are going to pay for, all right, guys? Because you're able to actually see exactly where your students struggle the most. What parts of your methodology maybe need a little bit more work, or just something that you're overlooking because you're the expert. You're too close to the subject. What you know that could change somebody's lives is literally secondhand knowledge to you. Maybe it's lost its luster to you. You don't see the value in it that other people see. And ultimately, guys, like I said, once you have a validated product, you no longer have to be worried about charging the appropriate price. And now you can actually charge high ticket prices for your offer, which means you don't need a lot of sales to be successful. Okay, guys, that's when, the simple numbers game of a converting webinar at 10% or higher is perfect or ridiculous, guys. Because when you have everything else validated and ready, and when you have your messaging correct and your prices are on point, guys, you don't need that much to put an extra 5, 10K in your pocket in 30 days. And what would 10K in your pocket do on autopilot? I know for me, in many instances, the majority of my life, that would have been literally life changing. Okay, guys. So that's why I'm so fired up about this. That's why it is my mission and purpose to show you guys this. And that's why I've dedicated all of my time and energy in my agency to helping course creators and coaches actually achieve this and fine tune this method. Okay, guys, because the reality is there's absolutely no reason that you should struggle to monetize your expert knowledge. There is none whatsoever. All right, guys. And it breaks my heart to see people with skills, people with the goods that hate digital marketing or just get the bad taste in their mouth. They're just, get beat down by seeing other people succeed and they can't. All right. So that's why I wanted to do this training with you guys. And I hope some of this is making sense. Does this make sense, guys? Is this like at all mind blowing? I know that it's a little crazy, but the reality is, guys, like I said, you don't need the influencer partners. Okay. You don't need influencer partners. I'm not saying that they don't help. I'm not saying that if you have the ability to leverage influencer partners that you should not. I'm saying that it's not a requirement. All right, guys. And you don't, again, need huge buyers lists or any kind of rock star following. This is what people think about when they think about the webinar, and it's not true. All right, guys. Again, if you have a warm audience to market to, example, a email list or a list that you can market to. Yes, that is great. That is only going to increase your odds of success. But my point is that it is not a necessity. And once you realize that that's not a necessity, now you are left with no barriers, no excuses as to why you shouldn't move forward and make the money that you know you can make. There's like 1 billion people on Facebook, guys. There's no way that you can't help a handful of them, all right? And that's all the more you need to do and help to have a sustainable income that can support you and your family. All right, guys, you need clarity on what you want most. You don't need all that stuff, all those things that you're putting up as reasons as to why you can't do it. Those are just simply obstacles, and the obstacle is the way. You need to go straight through them. You don't need any of that stuff. That's what you're seeing of other people's success long after they've put in the work to get there, okay? So what you need is clarity. Do you want to be helping people now? Do you want to be making money now? Or do you want to figure it out by yourself? Do you want to run the risk of falling victim to what myself, my mentor, Russell Brunson, like multi-million-dollar winners all the way down to anybody? We all deal with the same stuff. Without help, we all fall victim to the same things. Like I said, the expert's dilemma, the expert's curse, shiny object syndrome, just the mental beating that goes along with being an entrepreneur if you're trying to play this game by yourself and you're in it for way too long with no help, all right? So you got to make a choice. What is it that's actually important to you? Is your fear more important to you? Or is helping people more important to you? Is making money for your family more important to you? Or is your pride of being able to figure it out all by yourself and recreate some new wheel that may or may not work, is that more important to you? That's what you got to figure out, guys, because you can do it yourself. I've done it myself. I've blazed my own trail. You can paint the road yourself as you go. That's fine. Or you can do what I've also done, and that is get help. All right, guys, get help from somebody who knows what they're doing and help them point the way to success to you. All right, guys, because if you won't listen to me, as always, please listen to Morgan Freeman. Ultimately. No, but in all seriousness, guys, like I said, hopefully you guys know by now, I'm a jokester. I like to joke a lot about a lot of things, but this isn't something that I'm joking about. This is not a joke. All right, guys. This is a reality. All right. Who knows? This can be you. Okay. I know everybody says, oh, look, who knows? This could be. No, this could be you. There's like not a person on this screen that didn't come from nothing. All right, guys. This could be you. But you got to ask yourself, like I said, do you want to do it yourself? Or do you want to follow in the footsteps of people that have already had success? Okay? Because that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what a webinar can do for you. That's what this methodology can do for you guys. You don't need to struggle, okay? There is no inherent value to struggling more than is necessary, all right, guys? And another common thread between all these people that you're seeing and the other people that I've shown you throughout this presentation is all of them got expert help, all right, guys? Maybe not all of them used a webinar, but they all modeled success, okay? So that is what a webinar can do from you, and that's what I want you guys to understand and walk away with above all else, and that you can use one effectively even if you're just starting out to make ridiculous amounts of money. All right, guys. Boom. Mic drop. That's it. That's the point, guys. That's really all there is. I mean, you could endlessly dive into this for a long time, but that is the crux of what you need to have success with your online business. That is all you need. Okay. Now, like I said, let's go over real quick what we covered, just so that way we're clear. All right. Now you have the marketing tool that you need. You have the webinar, you understand it, and there's no way you can argue anymore. Like I said, I want to stop seeing people try to challenge me on the fact that webinars aren't working, or if they're still working, they will always be working, because people will always resonate with stories, okay? People will always buy through stories, and that's exactly what a webinar allows you to do in a way that nothing else is going to be able to do, okay? So you got the marketing tool, and you now know how to craft out an irresistible offer, okay? And you know how to do it in such a way that positions you as the expert, utilizing your unique style, so that way you can push away anybody that is not supposed to be with you, all right? And make competition irrelevant, all right? And if you do it correctly, if you were paying attention and following along with what I was showing you, I showed you exactly how to actually get your audience to just write the copy for you, all right, guys? You don't need to make it up yourself. You can just extract it directly for them by asking questions, all right, guys? And ultimately, guys, I showed you my cash for courses method that I'm developing, that I'm using to help people generate income quickly for your online course or coaching program, and how you can do the exact same using the method that I showed you, whether you're just starting out or you're actually ready to scale, grow, crush 6, 7, 8 figures. All right, guys, I covered all of that here today, guys. So I want to ask you guys a question. I know we've been on here for a little bit, but was that awesome? I want to know if this is awesome, guys. Like, I put a lot of time into this training, and I just wanted to condense a lot of knowledge and a lot of things that I've learned specifically over the last 12 months that have just really been game-changing for me, guys. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think that was awesome? As always, I love your feedback, guys. I want to know, because I am a student of my own methodology, guys. I need the information back. I want you guys to talk with me and engage with me so that way I can know if I'm serving you correctly. All right, guys, because I know we've been on here for probably about an hour or so, and some of you guys are probably anywhere between here on the left and all the way there on the right. Hopefully, if I've done my job right, some of you guys are mind blown. Some of you guys maybe not mind blown, but you're ready. You see it. You see the truth about what it is that I'm saying. And ultimately, I know that this can be a lot of information. It is a lot of information. You know, it seems simple to me. I know I talk fast, but to a lot of other people, this might not be so simple. So like I said, they could be on any range of the scale. But I want to ask you real quick. Like I said, we've been on here for quite a bit. Do you think you could have success with what you now know? Do you guys actually think that now that you have a much better chance at actually having success? Or are you still just worried that you're going to go out and it's going to be something like this? You're going to get hit, and that's going to be it. All right, guys, are you still afraid of that? Or do you actually think that you could have success? That's what I want to know right now. Okay, guys? Because it's true. There is nothing wrong with being afraid with getting hit, because getting hit is not cool. And we all have that inherent fear. Okay, guys? But I want to tell you guys, personally, I got tired of watching others have success while I struggled. Like I've said before, I got tired of watching other people that I knew didn't have the passion, that had subpar offers, have success. I got tired of feeling like the world was laughing at me and I just couldn't succeed. Okay, guys? So now, like I said, while this is a valid concern, I understand that, like I said, I dropped a lot of knowledge on you guys. This is literally all you need. And if you just apply this, I know you can have success. But I know some of you guys are still scared that this is what's going to happen. You're going to do it, and you're going to step out, and you're just going to get knocked right out. All right, guys? But what I want you to focus on, like I said, is the way I was able to overcome that is by focusing on this. Now, some of you guys might focus on something else, but me personally, like I said, I felt like just the world was laughing at me, and I had to make a choice. I had to step up, and I had to do this. All right, maybe not so much Elon Musk there on the right, because he's a super genius or maybe an alien, but you guys get what I'm talking about. Okay, guys? So, are you guys tired of the same thing? Are you ready to do something about it? Are you ready to actually have the success that you've seen so many other people having? You yourself could have. Okay, guys? That's what I want to know, because I've given you now the roadmap. I've given you everything that I didn't have to have success. Okay, guys? I want to know, do you think you'd be successful? Or do you feel like you're still just going to get knocked out? Okay, guys? Real quick, while you're trying to answer that, I want you guys to imagine with me real fast what it would be like launching and growing your expert business online the right way. All right, imagine doing it like what I'm saying, the right way. Everything goes down without a hitch. Everything is perfect. Webinar, you do it, you have it validated, your prices are on point, it's crushing it, and before you know it, you literally have the life that you want. The laptop lifestyle, or maybe that's just, more side income, or, whatever it is. Maybe it's full time, maybe it's completely supporting your family. You have that. All right. I want you guys to imagine that, and imagine being able to do that without lifting a finger, metaphorically speaking. No super crazy claims, but seriously, like, what would that be like to be able to do that without actually having to have massive amounts of hands-on interaction, or, ultimately, like I said, without lifting a finger, without doing the hard work that goes along with it? What if you could get everything basically that I'm talking about? What if you get it all? What if you could get the whole kit and caboodle, the package, from here where you are now to boom, success, the money's rolling in, it's all working. Now you have a successful course or coaching program. What if you could get it all done for you? What if that was an actual possibility, guys? All right, and I mean everything. Your entire webinar built out for you. The slides, the funnel, which is copy and design, the follow-up emails, even coaching on the presentation. and having traffic sent to your webinar for you. What if you could have all of that actually done for you? Do you think you could have success then? Does that change the game enough in your favor to where you actually think you could have success? Because ultimately, guys, that's what I want to do with this training. I want to make it impossible for you guys to not have success. So even if you can't walk away from this training and apply what you've learned, which you can, you are 100% capable, and then going out and then creating the exact same success that I have and countless others have, even if you feel like you couldn't, what if you could get your hands on all of this? Do you think that would tip it in your favor enough? Would that tip the odds in your favor enough? All right. Would you be interested? Or is that not even something you might be interested in? Would you guys be interested in at all? All right, guys. Well, real quick, I'm going to let you go, but I want to give you guys an opportunity. I told you guys that I was going to give you a chance and do something super cool that I don't normally do. But like I said, I'm completely committed to your success. And I want you guys to make sure that even if you want to get to the top, but you just don't think you can do it yourself, or you just still don't want to put in the energy and you want to cut your learning curve to the top. If you said yes, then you're in luck. All right, guys, because right now, I'm actually looking for a few of my dream clients. I'm scouring the planet. I'm looking for a few dream clients right now for a very special program. All right, people that are ready to take action immediately. All right, guys, I'm looking for action takers. I'm looking for activators. All right, guys, ready? People that are ready to change their life and do it quickly. All right, guys, so if that potentially sounds like you, if that sounds like something you might be interested in, I want you guys to book your free one-on-one consultation with me, yours truly, right now. Even if you feel like you don't qualify, even if you feel like maybe you're not this wouldn't work out for you, or whatever it is, please come to me with whatever reason you think that this isn't gonna work. All right, guys, I want to know. I want you guys to schedule below this video right now. You guys can schedule on the calendar, schedule in a time so we can talk and see if you might be a perfect fit for my program, guys, to have your entire webinar campaign done for you, guys. All right, and that's it, my friends. Outside of that, as always, don't hesitate, guys. This is not going to be around forever, all right? The spots are going to fill up quickly. People are going to take me up on this offer, okay, guys? So if you're even remotely on the fence, do not hesitate. Activate, move with speed. Money follows speed, guys, all right? Take the chance. It is no risk to you to invest some time into spending time with me and spending time with an expert that can help you find clarity on what you need to do and potentially see if you would be, like I said, a right fit to work with me in my agency, where we literally do everything for you so you don't have to do any of the hard lifting, but you can have the same success. All right, guys. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for staying on this training. Let me know what you guys think about that, and do it now. Activate, guys. Schedule below before the spots fill up, before the end of the year. It's getting ready to be 2020. Let's go into this new decade with a bang, guys. Let's activate your inner expert. Let's do it today. I love you guys. As always, don't hesitate. Activate. I will see you guys at the top. All right, guys. Book now today. Love you guys. Peace.